Friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how I make a corner bookmark using 3 pieces of fabric. 1 piece for the front, 1 piece for the back, and 1 piece for the top, along with a piece of fusible stabilizer. This gives the bookmark a little bit of strength. Also, some clips to hold the fabric in place and some embroidery tape. So now I'm going to prepare the fabric for the heat press machine. This is the stabilizer going only on 1 piece of the fabric, which is typically I put it on the piece that I'm going to use for the back of the bookmark. And then I fold the top corner piece in a diagonal shape. And that is going to go on the heat press as well, just to give it a crease. So now I'm going to lay this on the press and give it about 15 seconds on 245 heat press setting. So now we're back at the cutting table and the pieces are fused together, and that's going to be the back piece, and there is the front, and then here is the top floral diagonal piece. So now what I'm going to do is take the floral diagonal piece and lay it on the fabric without the fusible background. And here you want to just tape it down, and I use embroidery tape, but you can use any kind of tape that you have on hand, and just make sure you line the pieces up together. And this tape helps hold the corner part down so that when you're turning it inside out later on, you won't lose your place setting. So now I'm going to bring the back piece down, and you want to keep the pretty sides matching together. And now I'm going to just pin around each portion. Okay, now that we have all the sides pinned together, we're going to take it to the sewing machine and sew around all 4 sides, leaving about 3 inches or so a space open on one side to use for turning the bookmark inside out. Okay, now we're back at the cutting table, and now I'm just going to trim the little pieces of strings that may be left, and also I'm going to go around all 4 corners of the bookmark and trim the excess fabric, and I'm going to round the corners so that it doesn't bulk up when I turn the bookmark inside out. And just take your time when you're doing this step, because you don't want to make a mistake and clip the stitches. But if you do, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You just go back to the sewing machine and sew the part that you cut. So I'm still trimming on all sides, being careful not to touch the stitch settings, and just round those corners to keep the bookmark from being bulky when you get ready to turn it inside out. So now I'm going to use the opening that I left, and right here I'm going to just clip this extra piece of string off. But now I'm going to go through the opening that I left on the sewing machine to turn the bookmark inside out, and just make sure you back stitch on that section so that when you're turning it, you don't strip your stitches. So just take your time on this part and be careful and just easily work your way through, and you'll get it turned in and out. And so here's where I was talking about the tape comes in handy, because it just kind of keeps the diagonal piece of fabric in place while you're turning. And just make sure to go in and punch out all those, not punch them out, but go in and push through the corners, not too hard because you don't want to push a hole through your fabric, and make sure that they are out. And now you're going to remove the tape from the corner part of the bookmark, and get ready to take the opening, and you want to just fold it in and just sort of finger press it, and take your time on this part also, because you want to make sure that you have it lined up perfectly with the other stitch that's already in place. And just keep working your way around the bookmark, making sure everything is neat and tucked away and in place, and just keep working on that fold. And then what you want to do is stitch around the 3 sides. You want to make sure you clip, or you can pin the piece that's open where you're going to sew, so that when you take it to the machine, it stays in place. And here we are back at the sewing machine, where we're going to do a top stitch around 3 sides of the bookmark. And I just use a straight stitch, but you can do a decorative stitch if your machine allows that. And we're going to just pick any end to start in, and just go ahead and make the trace of the bookmark around the 3 sides. Hey friends, we are back at the sewing table, and here's the finished product. Everything is all sewn on 3 sides. So now let's take a look and see how well it fits a journal. And you can use a journal, a book, or a planner. Anything will work basically. And there's the finished product. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more videos to come. Thanks again, friends, for watching. Have a great day.